winner this week is Brett Callin. Farms not too awfully far from Yorkton, a little south off in the Bredenbury Grid Road, giving everybody directions to the farm because they're all going to come and visit you because we got leftover food tonight.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Yeah, very nice.
You farm here with your dad?
Yeah, my father's been here for a number of years, and I've been back on the farm full time here for a couple, but home helping for about 6 years. Yeah.
How large is the farm?
We run about 200 cow-calf pair out here, and grain farm right around 1,500 acres.
Okay, so seeding this spring, how's that going?
Went really well actually. We just got a little bit of green feed and swath grazing to put in, but other than that, we're pretty much wrapped up. So it went really well.
And I know you put in a little bit of canola, and I was speaking with your dad earlier, and he said luckily you kind of put it off a bit, so the canola is just maybe coming up now, and the frost that we had this past weekend really didn't affect you here.
No, it didn't seem to affect us personally, but there is a lot of producers around us that it did seem to affect. There's a lot of reseeding going on, that's for sure.
Hey, the livestock end of things, boy, it's a pretty good time to be a livestock producer right now. Are you considering expanding your operation to take advantage of that?
I think we should have expanded 3 years ago to take advantage of this, but I mean, there's always the opportunity to expand. You know, it's I guess we're going into it with cautious optimism would be the way that we put it. I mean, it wasn't very many years ago that we had BSE happen, so we're kind of on the fence. We're kind of where we can be with the land that we have for 200 cows, so we're pretty happy with that number right now.
And I know it takes a while to build a herd, to build it up. It's not something that can happen overnight. It takes years.
Yeah, it takes years to build a quality herd. I mean, you can build a herd overnight if you want, but to make a quality herd, you definitely need years to call properly, in our minds anyhow.
What kind of cattle do you have?
A majority of our females are Angus cross semi-females. I do have a handful of purebred limos here. We like that as a third cross for that generation. Seems to work well on our operation anyhow. So that would be, but a majority of our commercial females are Simmental cross Angus.
Your dad was telling me there's a lot of absentee landlords around here. I was surprised at the level that he mentioned. I think he said over 40% of the farms have absentee landlords in this area.
Yeah, it's definitely our Amasalklitz is owned by a lot of absentee landowners. I mean, that gives the opportunity to rent. Sometimes a little high rent in my mind for the quality of land that we seem to have around here, especially with the weather the last few years. It's definitely been hard to get the acres that they want you to get out of it. But yeah, there is a lot of absentee landowners. That is for sure.
And your dad mentioned that that also with that, these guys for the most part aren't willing to rent out a small little parcel. Say if you wanted to expand your operation and you just wanted to add a little bit of land for grazing purposes, that they're not into that. They want to sell a large parcel.
Yeah, it's
rent.
It's either a large block or none. Don't talk to me type of attitude. So I mean, that's I guess that's what we have to live with. Just where we are in our farming operation, we're not in the position to be taking over 20 quarters to grain farm over top of what we already have. That's just not viable for us. I mean, some guys can handle it, but yeah, Dad is right. I mean, there is a few quarters touching our stuff that would be beautiful to have for grazing and that kind of stuff, but just seemed like it's not viable for them, I guess.
You got a son of your own now. Do you hope to he'll follow in your footsteps and take over farming as well?
Well, I think every farm dad would think that. That's for sure. So maybe someday, yeah.
Okay. He's not driving the tractor just yet.
I can't legally say he is, no, but he most definitely is, yeah.
That's what the buddy seat's for.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Brett, we've enjoyed coming out and having supper, well, not in the field in this case, but here in the farmyard. You've got a beautiful farmyard here, so thanks for having us, and I hope you enjoyed your supper in the field.
Oh, for sure, and I'd definitely like to thank you guys for coming out. This was a perfect way to end off the season for us. Thank you.